Good morning, everyone.
Good morning, Flora.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Morning. I see Ethan was upside down and then you're sideways and now you're back to normal. Lost your background.
Thank you. I was trying to change the background and somehow it doesn't work. It's always like changing like sideways and then have to flip it around.
How's everyone doing today?
Great. Good. Haven't seen the snow yet for sure.
I think winter here is like we complain about the winter when we move over from summer to winter, and then we get excited about the first snow, and then one month after we was like, this is too much.
Just the first snow, to be honest, just the first snow. And then the second time, no, I'm sick and tired of it.
Oh, Brian, you're on mute. Sorry. Hello, Brian.
Hi, everyone. I still enjoy the snow this year, even it's my first time.
Oh, really?
Yeah, every time snowing, it gives you a different feeling because years after years, totally different, right? Emotionally and visually.
Okay, wait until you live 10 years here and you have to shovel snow every year. See how that feels.
You know, it was surprised me this morning when I saw my car under snow cover. Yeah, I don't like that part, but the rest will be awesome with snow.
Yeah, it's
Better than
like,
raining. I don't
yeah.
like rain. Yeah.
We all like the magical part. Hi, Julia.
Hi.
Hi, Julia.
Hi, everyone. How are you doing?
Good. Did you have a good week?
Yeah, so far so good. So excited about the snow today, and I'm thinking maybe after this I will pull up some friends to go tobogganing or maybe even a small hike.
Wow, you're so active.
Oh, where's the noise? Maybe from Brian?
Yes.
Oh, I see some new faces today. Hi, Rusi, Hua. I don't know if there any.
So,
Hi, to meet you, Julia.
Yeah, nice to meet you.
nice to meet you. Nice to meet you all. So usually I'll wait a little bit for people to join us, usually 5 to 10 minutes, and then we do the introductions. So I'll do the first slides, and then I'll give Ethan the honor to talk about the second slide and the third slide, and then Julia can present. Usually we'll have so the SpeakUp Club usually have 2 different sessions. One sessions you have presenter that's who are volunteers or want to present their idea in the club. And then the other sessions, then we have sort of social networking where everyone where everyone presented with the questions from the facilitator, and then everybody have a chance to talk and then be able to express their idea. So this week's sessions, we lucky to have Julia. I do have a hard stop at 12 because some family stuff. So I do appreciate, and I do respect everyone's time on Sunday as well. And thank you so much for taking your time on Sunday to join us and be a part of this amazing community. So we'll do a little bit of introductions for new faces that not familiar with the group. I see a lot of faces. I see Rusi. Jihua is our best member of all time. She's always find time to join, even though she's busy. I have my mom on the call. Adam and Ethan are one of the facilitator of the meeting. We also have Swan and Duck and Sand, but they might be busy because Sundays, you know, everybody have their try to find time to join an event like this, so it's a little bit harder. So with no further ado, I will go to the next slide. So again, today is the presentation sessions with guest speaker Julia. She'll introduce. She will talk a little bit about herself, and then she'll tell us her story about her why, and maybe we'll confine our whys along the way when we listen to Julia's story. And Ethan, let's take over for the second and the third and the last slides.
For sure. Thank you, Chief Flora. I honestly didn't know what is the next slide. So, yeah, so, but thank God it is something that we are really familiar with. And you know, every single meeting, we're going to start with like the mission and the ground rule of the club, especially for those that just joined us for the first time. So HNV SpeakUp Club mission is commit to, you know, provide fun and interactive and supportive platform where every member can practice public speaking skill, share and connect and convey their thoughts and feeling with others. Our motto is together we care, we share, and we thrive as a community. And our rules are very simple. You must have fun, you be yourself, respect each other, and embrace honesty and transparency within our community. Our club specifically and our community generally. That's it for me. Oh, and I'll do this one too. Okay, yeah, so our agenda today, usually our event format is gonna be every bi-weekly or like 3 weeks, depends on if there is any event. You know, if it's a long holiday, we usually push it back for a week so that everybody can enjoy the long weekend. So so we have two formats. One is more of the formal presentation, like the one that we have today, that we're gonna have a presenter that's gonna practice their presentation skills, sharing the experience with other people. And then alternatively, we also have a social speak-up event where it's more of a topic discussion, where we have a topic master. That person gonna chair the meeting. They're gonna ask each and every one of us of questions, and we're gonna go around the table and we're just gonna have fun discussing about, you know, something that we all have in common. And our agenda is usually our meeting start at 11 a.m. And, you know, like the first few minutes, we're gonna just introduce ourselves, you know, talking about the mission, rules, and an agenda for the meeting. So for today's meeting, we have the honor to have Julia Nguyen to present her topic of Know Your Why. And it's gonna be around 20 minutes. And after that, every one of us can have a chance to, you know, to give her the feedback, you know, ask her the questions, and even like networking until noon today. And we're gonna end exactly at noon, because I know that you has some commitment later in the day as well. So if you guys don't have any questions, then we're gonna pass it over to Sheila to start the meeting today.
Awesome, thank you. So before Julia starts, there's the facilitator of the meeting. If you are already familiar with our faces, myself, Luke is not on the card today. We have Adam, which he's not showing his face, but that's okay. Adam is shy. We have Swan, she just joined the call I saw, and Ethan. We all the facilitator. So usually Swan will time you if the presentation, if we have two presenter, usually 10 minutes. But now we only have 1 minute because we're so excited about Julia's story. We'll give the time to Julia, take your time, but usually 10-15 minutes, and then Swan depends on the time. So let's do 15 minutes, and then Swan will be the timer as usual if she's up for it, and she'll do the timer. So Ethan, the past few meetings, we have been adding a little bit of thing into the meeting. So let's do the presentations after Julia's presentation. If Julia wants some feedback, or if we have some questions from the audience, we also take that as well. And I think the presentation session is the opportunity not only for presenters, but also for the audience. The presenter will learn the feel of how that feel presenting in front of an online audience. And even if you do it in person, that's a good experience to exercise either in your day-to-day, either in your community or either in your school or anything that you need the skill you need to improve the skill, either public speaking or presentation. And then for audience, I think it's a great opportunity for you guys to also interpret different presentation style, because everybody learn different way and interpret information a different way and then present the information in different way. So by listening to different presenter, you learn for yourself, okay, this is good, this is great, this is what I can do. So you can also learn along the way how the presenter present themselves as well for yourself to improve the skill. And I think that is the one key that this group is trying to help you guys as a community. So with no further ado, I will stop talking and hand over the floor to Julia, and I will stop sharing. If you want, you can share. And the floor is yours, Julia.
Okay, thank you,
No
Flora.
pressure.
No, a lot of pressure. I thought that I will be, together with another speaker, and but eventually I was on the spotlight all by myself. But okay, let's see what I can do. So I have about 15 minutes. That's quite a lot for a speech, I would say, because what I experienced from Toastmaster, it was like just 6 minutes. And I struggle with that already, and now it's 10 minutes. Okay, let me start. So actually the topic came quickly to me on that day when a friend of mine asked me, is it worth coming to Canada because I'm having a good life here? Such a typical question, right? I guess that everyone of us face it once in our life, especially when we are here and people back home curious about how's life going on here. So I gave him a typical answer too. Well, it varies from person to person. I used to have a comfortable life in the past. And yes, I really mean it. As some of you already know me, I was born in Hanoi in a loving and caring family with a proud and happy childhood. I was lucky to work in a few diplomatic missions where I seem to have quite a lifestyle, which means, hang out, hanging around with VIP people, traveling on red plate cars that accompanied by police motors. I'm not sure if you guys experienced that, but it was cool at the first time to me. And I was doing the job that I was always passionate about, which is promoting trade relations between countries. And the nature of my job is to lead trade missions, to visit different countries, work with, nations, leader from prime minister to the head of authorities. We usually stay in luxurious hotel, presidential suites, fly first class, and eat in fancy restaurant. So at the same time, I kind of ran a successful small business in kids fashion for many years. So that being said, I had some savings. I lived in my own house and drove my own car. And I mean, and now I'm here in Canada after 4 years, still struggling to provide a standard life for my kids. Other than the second-handed, dirty, ugly, or almost retired car that I'm sharing with my husband. I literally have nothing. uh, so I told the guy, I don't know if it was worth it, but the only thing I know is that I would have regretted if I did not make it. Because at the end of the day, we only regret what we didn't do, not what we have done. My dad often reminded me to live life to the fullest, follow my heart, and don't worry about what's next, because we never know what will come our way and if we still wake up the next day. And his life was the great experience. It was the great example for me. Back in the 60s, he was sent to Russia to study at McGill, is the Academy for Foreign Affairs, to become a diplomat. And but after graduated, he came back and decided to quit after a few years to follow his passion. He eventually became an editor-chief in a publishing house, the Hanoi Publishing House, and most importantly, a spiritual master, which he was more proud of, with the letter. And in that journey, he was able to save hundreds of people from physical to mental health issues, influence them to live a happier and more meaningful life. My house used to have, used to be full of people, full of visitors that came to visit, to seek his advice, even just to talk to him to feel better. So like every day is like that, from early morning to late at night, and he never get tired of people. And he often led his followers to travel around the world to continue the learning and practicing journey. So close to the age of 80s, he had the chance to revisit Russia after exactly 52 years on a spiritual trip. I remember we sat and talked a lot on his day of departure. He looked mixed of excitement and nervousness too. It's like seeing your ex after a while, I think. And 7 days later, an early morning, the phone, my phone rang insanely. And there was the male voice on the other side, shakingly and nervously spoke to me and tried to calm me down. Literally like this. Hai Lan, you gotta stay calm, okay? Nothing serious. Please, just promise me you would stay calm. I'll tell you shortly, but just promise me. So I say, okay, I'm calm. Tell me, please. Master, he's okay. He's not gonna die. Um, he's gonna be fine. But he got a stroke. You have to fly to Russia as soon as possible. I I was stunned. I was blank, but I'm still calm. I came to my mom to let her know. We both stay calm because at that moment I think we have we can't do anything else other than that. So then the next day, when I finally got the visa to Russia and about to fly, they told me that my dad passed away. So I finally made it to his side. I saw him lying there peacefully and calmly, and I saw an internal smile on his face, and I knew that he was happy. He brought nothing with him but the love and admiration of people. So I know he had nothing to regret because he has lived an extraordinary life and never waste a minute to worry about any core or sound purpose of life to announce. He just lived to his passion. And from that moment, the idea that we only live once hit me hard. I determined that my purpose in life would be never waste a minute, live life to the fullest, go as far as I can, experience as much as possible. And that was why on the first day I landed in Canada, I walked all day long under the snow to explore the city, to look for part-time jobs. I faced rejection to rejections until I got accepted to an Italian restaurant. I worked until 2 a.m. and woke up the next day for school. After 6 months, I got my first office job in Canada at the trade office of Peru, and then Canada Trade Link. I volunteer as an executive for Canada Vietnam Trade Council in with Toronto to continue facilitating trade relations between Canada and other countries, and that is my passion. But at the same time, I never missed any weekend adventures. I learned to survive in the backcountry, hiking from north to south and from east to west, from winter to summer. I stayed on a sailboat around Georgian Bay and Thousand Island for weeks. I snowboarded from Blue Mountain to Tremblant. I canoed from river to lakes and from ice to rock. Extreme sports really helped me to discover myself and those around me more and more. I know I still have so much to work on. My personal life and my professional life, I may succeed, I may fail, but I would never waste a minute anymore. We only live once. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, I was silent because I want the audience to take a minute and then make a comment, but I think I'm obligated to make the first comment because I need to take a moment to digest all of the informations. And I have to say, you was in Toastmaster for a reason, and I can see that through the story you told.
Thank you so much.
From the start to the real life experience to the reason why is lead to your topic, and you explain clearly to us your why. Because I was listening to half the story and I was like, oh, what is the why? What is the why? And there it is at the end. And I couldn't be happier. And it's to me, it's a great presentation. And that's what I also observed who's great presenter as well, that you always start with something, you have your real experience to back up your story, and then it is the story behind all of the experience. And I'm so sorry for what happened to your dad, but I truly believe that a tragic event will lead to the North Star that everybody is looking for. And I think you found your North Star. And I disagree with you at the beginning. You said you had nothing. You have a lot going on and you have no idea.
Yeah.
And agree with me, the audience. You nod your head if you agree with me. But that is my comment. Great presentations. And I leave it to the next person to have comments or questions to Julia.
Thank you so much.
And I admire you so much for telling such an emotional story and not burst in tears, because I would be sitting here crying already if I'm telling the same story.
Yeah, I try to shallow it. All the tears and the emotion inside. Yeah, I know my voice was broken from time to time, but I was lucky that I still get it through. Thank you.
I'm still clapping. Ethan, do you have anything to say?
Yeah, I definitely take like more than 1 minute just to digest all of the information and the emotion and the story behind, you know, your speech. Definitely amazing to hear. I love how you present yourself, not just like verbally, but non-verbal as well. You show your confidence there. You show your calmness. I don't know, at the beginning you mentioned that you wasn't really nervous. I try to find out which part of your presentation that showed the nervousness, but I didn't see anything. You show 100% of your confidence there. When you speak, like you're very calm, like you speak clearly. I can hear every single word, and then I love the way that um, the the storyline, like the way that you present it in such a way that everybody gonna be like, what's happened to her dad? Like, oh, there must be something happening there. And it's just like, 100% of my attention is to your screen, trying to find out what happened to your dad and how did it change you, and how you find out your why. And it's a really touching story. And thank you so much for sharing the story with us today. Um, I really admire, your, how you became the person that you are today. And to be honest, like I've been following the until and I've been seeing a lot of videos and pictures of you guys, hiking and skiing and doing all of activity. Like I I can see that you and a lot of us here are trying to live the life to the fullness, as you say, but not only your life, but I can see that, and that is the thing that I really appreciate, is that you also inspired other people, especially Vietnamese immigrants, to enjoy Canadian life to the fullness. So thank you so much for that as well.
Yeah, thank you. And I hope you will join us one day soon.
Me too, I'm trying to.
Thank you, Ethan. So I don't think it would leave it up to people to volunteer to say they would not say anything. So I would be that person and picked every one of you to make one comment or one questions on the audience. So then you have a chance to talk, to express your idea about the story and say something that in your head, just speak it out loud. So start with Whitney.
Good morning, everyone. So I was trying to hide away. Yeah, so I was very impressed by your story, Julia. And yeah, so we never met in person, but I met you like twice on this online platform. And I like the way that you use your dad's story as an explanation for I mean, yeah, how you want to live your life to the fullest. Yeah, as Flora and Ethan already shared that like we are impressed by your stories. But however, for me, I was more curious to know like how you overcome all of the challenges. Like for example, you tell us like know your why. Like so, I know that you have a lot of difficulties and challenges, but you didn't touch that part a lot. Rather than that, you focus on like your your death story as a reason to inspire you and you inspire us. But I'm more curious to know, like, when you have some difficulties, challenges, how you keep motivating yourself to be, stronger and keep fighting for what you want.
Yep. Thank you for the question. I would say that it was just a long story short, right? Because I have only 10 minutes. But I was like anybody, like when we face difficulties, or especially such strategy, we broke down. I broke down. I was depressed. I was lost. I've been through everything that anyone that went through, but maybe thanks to the education and how my parents brought me up, I had a good foundation since I was small, to think positive and to look forward, or to never give up. And at some point, I did not let myself drown into the sadness for too long. But I allow myself to digest it, to process it for, I'd say, it depends on how hard the event was, but it could be few hours to few days. It was okay to do that. It was okay to cry. It was okay to look for people to for some advice, or to comfort us. But my discipline is I have to move on. There's the saying, "This too shall pass." So whatever happened, it will pass. So I always rely on that and to stand up every time. I hope that answered your question, or is still vague. It's too generic.
Yeah, I think it's good. Yeah, thank you.
Awesome. Thank you for your questions, Winnie, and thank you for the great answer, Julia. How about we bring up the new member today, Brian. What's your thoughts are, and do you have any questions?
Show your face, Brian.
I think he's in the coffee shops and it's too noisy, so that's why.
You hear me well?
Yes.
I'm so sorry, but I have the noise cancellation, but I don't know why it's getting the noise here. Just only one comment about Julia's presentation, that this is not the first time I heard about this story, but every time it's touching emotionally. The way you present, the way you tell your story, that's very special, and is touching everyone's emotion. Like Flora said, it couldn't be better, and we're proud of you for your presentation. I only have one question though. What's your passion now in life? What you strive for now in life, and what is the most important thing in your life now that you can sacrifice for it, no matter what?
This thing went that by the time I got the thing, it just disappeared on me.
Oh, okay, you're done. So I have a lot of questions. I have a lot of passions, and as I said, I still have a lot to do. That means what I plan, what I love to do, what I'm, passionate about. So it's really hard to tell what is the most most important passion that I have. But as I said, I just want to live every single day the fullest, and it could be hanging out with you guys, or being at work. You work with me, so you know how I work. When I'm at work, I worked to the point that my boss had to tell me that, can you please stop? It's yeah, something like that. I mean, I just mean that I don't know what comes tomorrow. I would have the most of today. That is my plan.
Yeah, but you didn't go to the second question. My second question is, what's the most important thing in your life now? What you can clarify for that no matter what.
The most
Because
important.
because you are parents now, so I think you experience like your life upside, downside. You already experienced a lot.
Yeah. I know that usually we need to know our priorities to
Yeah.
focus on. So I have a bunch of priorities.
Wow.
That for me is really hard to make it 1, 2, 3. But rather than that, I would divide my time and my day for all of them. So one of them was my family, my kids. The other one would be the career letter that I'm still farming. And another one was to enjoy that that I can leave them alone, like any single day. So but when I talk about food and taste, it's more about our group of people, even though it's expanding. But I love to be among you guys, Brian and Swan, and hopefully more of you would join us. We really cherish our moment, our time together, and yeah, those are some of my priorities.
Awesome. Thank you, Brian. And the next person I will pick is Jihua. I always love your feedback. And I can't wait to hear your feedback. And if you have any questions for Julia.
I think that I have no question for Julia, but I just want to say congrats, Julia, because you have a good foundation. You can live the life you want. You can do the job what you have a passion. And the first impression when I see you is a woman looks very self-confident, dynamic, and when with a lot of energy, and bring me a very positive thinking. I think that you will inspire your spirit for the person next to you or around you. Is happy for the people live with you, have the relationship with you and your friends. I think that all of us are very happy when hears your story. I'm sorry about the moment you have to you got in your past, but at this moment I think everything passed. So everyone here, I believe that we all of us have inspired from your story, and sometimes think about our past, our passion or our dream or something what we want to do in the past, but we haven't done yet. Maybe we can do in the future. So congrats, your presentation is very attractive. I have nothing to comment about that except congrats. Thank you for your sharing your story. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you for your kind words.
You're welcome.
Yes, Jihua inspired me a lot, and I think Julia, I think I still remember the first the one comment that Jihua make for one of the event that we have, and she tells the young folks on the call, says, you know, if you want to do something, you go and do for it. Don't wait until it's too late to do it, and you sit here and you regret the day that you didn't do it. So, and your presentation just spot on to what she referred to back in those events, and thank you so much. Thank you for the presentation. And Rusi, do you have any comment and questions for Julia? Rusi is from Ottawa, and she
yeah, of course, with a great presentation like that, I have to comment something.
Wow,
So,
she has a list of questions.
I will challenge
nervous
you.
now.
So hi Julia, nice to meet you. And first, I'm so very sorry for your dad, and your story very touching me. So I know I'm still make it very quick and clear. So today's topic is know your why. And you mentioned earlier that you have really good life, really good foundation and in Vietnam. But I just have a question. How long have you been in Canada?
It's been 4 years.
4 years. Okay, same time with me. Okay, so we have same start. And I just wonder, so what made you leave Vietnam to come to Canada and start a new life? Because you already have a good foundation in Vietnam.
Yep.
And what made you get rid of that? Okay, and then come here with a fresh start, new life. What made you do that?
Yeah, thank you for the question. Well, so after my dad passed away, it took me quite some time. As I said, I was lost, and I did not know what to do next. I just felt at that moment that something needs to change, and because I noticed that I have to live a larger life than what I was now at that moment. I quit my job, and I took some time for myself. I took my daughter. She was I think 8 or 9 years old back then. Travel around Southeast Asian with me, many countries. I think we spent about a month just travel. And yeah, so on the trip, I start to realize that the world outside there's so much to offer. It's enormous, and if we just stay in Vietnam, or if I only just to travel is nothing. I need to experience something bigger. So that's why I have to get out of this comfort zone and try something new. And even though I said that I'm still struggling, but I never really feel that I'm struggling. I'm enjoying this life here. I don't miss so much my past life because it has passed. It was a past, and it can compare to here. I'm not a material person. I don't really care about what I used to own, or how easy my life was. I just feel that this new world has so much for me, and it also pushed me to keep moving and working harder on myself, and to explore it.
Yeah, thank you. That's a great answer. And yeah, I believe everything happened to us for a reason. So honestly, I don't know if I was in your situation. I don't know what to do, so I still have my parents with me. But to be honest, if I was you, oh my God, I just said, okay, I'm gonna stay with my mom forever. But you're very brave, so I really appreciate that. And yeah, thank you for your answer.
Yep, thank you.
Awesome. Thank you for both questions and answer. And I love to live with my mom forever if my husband allow me to.
I hope that my mom will be living with me forever too.
You cook great food. And Swan, I know you raised your hand. I leave you the last because we as facilitators. So we'll do the beginning and we'll do the wrap up. And Len is my mom, so I won't pick on her. She won't be able to speak, but she's here to support me mentally. And she's here. So Swan, fire away with your comments and then questions.
Okay. Thank you. Good morning, everyone. First of all, I just would like to say congrats, Julia, and thank you so much for sharing your story with us. So I'm so excited for today to give her to let you know you a little bit better about your background and about how your past can turn you to become an amazing woman that I ever made in my life so far. That you inspire me a lot. And for the presentation, of course, the presentation is really amazing. Like your tone, your structure, your content, that's amazing. I just have a little bit like from what I observed from other speaker and the way that you can help you to have more impact on your speech is that trying to pause a little bit while you speak on some of the main message that you want to deliver to audience. Try to pause it to let them feel the emotion, and yeah, that will have more impact on the speech. Other than that, amazing story. I really what has an emotional story. Thank you so much for sharing, and I have a lot of questions for you now. First of all, from share with all of you that Julia, from what I see, like Julia didn't miss any weekend. Like she went out for backcountry or anywhere every weekend. Other than that, she still maintained working and the kid too. So how come and how can you do that, right? This summer, I have a sort of fortunately to join her like in breakdown. So I just like 2 weeks. And that when I come back totally exhausted and I come back to work, but I see that's my strength, it become improved. But how come it helps you to become, can maintain, go out, went out every week? Because it's not only the mentally, but also the physical too. So my first question is how you train yourself to start with extreme sport. Like, that is something that you did back home, or it just start when you come to Canada?
Yeah, okay, thank you for the question. Yeah, as you notice that it requires both physical and mental strong health to catch up with all those activities. And yeah, it's true. I have always been, mindful of my physical health. Since I was small, I did a lot of exercises. Although I don't have so much. I mean, we did not have so much space back home in Vietnam. Like we have small parks full of people, or the dirty pool that you don't want to get there and swim. But and somehow I still try to manage it by this way or the other. But I never neglect my physical health. And then for mental health, so it's first it was the foundation, the brought up that I had, and for myself, I read a lot of books, and I always get attracted to those kind of motivation books. I don't know, maybe I'm not a romantic person. I'm not like a real dreamer, because I never really into novels or some abstract stories. But rather than that, I prefer to read motivation books. Like my very first one was the one from Dan Carnegie, How to Influence People. Maybe I read it when I was in high school. yeah, something that I keep building up my mindset and mental health with that. But no, I need to mention the support from other that help me here. I always have some mentors to inspire me or to convince me in my way of life. My parents beside me, my family is beside me. I have some good friends to share the work with, and especially I have a wonderful daughter that when I went on my adventure, usually she helped me to stay home, take care of the little one. You know it, right? So I mean, all in all, I can do everything without support from everybody around me, and I'm always grateful for that.
Every single answer, it's like a clap, and I can't be more happier. And it's a confirmation now that you will inspire me for the rest of my life.
Oh God, you're too kind.
Eventually.
You're inspiring me too.
And I think we had a lot in common, as you're not alone, Julia. I don't read novels, and I think that might be something when I tried to find a novel to read, I said, this is fictions. I don't believe in
it's not real.
fairy tale. And so I do read the same crap that my husband said, why do you have to read motivation books all the time? You have to read 7 how to influence people, 7 habits of highly successful people. And I watched Tony Robbins, what I got a book from for my birthday, which I'm gonna spend a lot of time to read because it's a pretty thick book. But yeah, I can relate a lot to you in different ways, but I think for the most of the questions, I think we're still figuring out what's next. And even myself, I always ask myself what next, even though I don't really know what next is. It's like tomorrow would be a different adventure, a different journey, and we don't know. We have the foundation, we have the support, we have the people we love, and everybody have a what's next answer to their question. So my question will be different than yours. My priority will be different than yours, and whatever shine my way will be different than yours. So listen to the story, and then I think everybody will find their own whys, right? And the last person I want to hear is from Adam, because he's the one who's supporting me mentally as well. Just like my family, Julia, we have a lot of support from family. That's how we stand strong. And I think that's the great foundations that we have throughout the year. And we didn't realize that materialize doesn't matter, but mentally support matter the most. And we have no idea. And sometimes we take things for granted. And here's Adam. Let's hear your comment and questions, and we can wrap up.
My comments and questions. Well, it's a heck of a story, I'll give you that. And you know, the most important thing, I guess, out of that is, you know, family and your support system. And you know, if you don't have that, it can make things extremely difficult and you know, trying for any situation you're going through. But yeah, Rusi kind of stole my question. You know, my question was, you know, how you landed on Canada. So I was also kind of wondering, you know, with everything you did back in Vietnam, you know, you must have made a lot of connections through what you were doing. And you know, was there no other, I mean, not that Canada doesn't want you, I'm just saying, was there no other country that was more viable, let's say, you know, with all the options and everything you were doing back home and all the people that you were meeting and all the experiences you were, you know, you were going through?
Sorry, I'm not sure if I missed any part. My laptop just shut down and I switched to my phone.
That's okay. It sounds like my wife. I got to repeat everything.
Sorry about that.
No, I was just kind of, you know, I guess it's just a play on why Canada. It was just, you know, again, with all the connections you may have made and all the people that you know and the experiences and everything, you know, especially Canada being so far, was there no other options, like maybe like the UK or somewhere in Europe, or, you know, some other kind of, well, I guess not other Asian country, but, you know, what made Canada so viable that this is where I want to go after everything I've done? Or was it just a clean slate, let's just start over and this is where we're doing
it? Thank you. I love that question. Yeah, it's really a good question, and I really have a story for it. Why? So okay, let's start from when I was a little girl. I remember one time. It's the summer holiday that I took with my parents to Sapa. If any of you know, it's like a mountain resort, very famous in the north of Vietnam. I was a little girl. I don't remember my age, but maybe in primary school. So it was my first time to travel that far. And one night I stepped out of the hotel, and I saw a group of, you know, white guys for the first time in my life. Yeah, those like blonde and with blue eyes boys that it's a group of like 4 people. They walked by my hotel, and I would say I was stunned. I never seen such a beautiful creatures at that moment.
They're probably Russians.
I don't even know anywhere else other than Vietnam. So for me, people is like, you know, yellow, if you would call, and with black hair, and everybody was the same. But suddenly I saw that group of guys roaming around, and for some reason I just follow them, and it's were at night, and I kept follow them around the town. It's just a small town, but it was dark and crowded, really crowded. It's one of the most popular destination for tourists. And yeah, I remember I kept following them until I saw my mom in front of the hotel. I mean, I complete one route already, and then my mom just pulled me to the hotel, and I was so shocked because when I look back at all the guys disappeared into the crowd, I never saw them again, and I still wonder, like, who are they? And you know, the little girls always have the crazy dream, like I would become a princess one day, and how my prince would look like. And at that moment, I remember I thought to myself, I would marry a white guy in the future. And fast forward years after years, I forgot about it. And I mean, I settled down. I live like anyone else in my country until exactly the trip that I went to Russia to see my dad. On the plane, I was sitting next to a white guy, and he showed me a lot of pictures and his activities of himself back home, and it was like another world to me. And he said he was from Canada. I think I have no clue where Canada was.
You following the white boys back home to Canada.
Oh, it's still a long story.
Oh.
I mean, the word Canada came to me at that moment, and yeah, when I felt lost, and I got home, and I still did not made up my mind yet what I need to do next. Then Canada just came to my mind, that why not? And yeah, I never thought of anywhere else. maybe because I did not know anywhere else other than Southeast Asian, which are similar to Vietnam. If I gotta do something special for my life, then that should be somewhere like exotic and to inspire me to explore it. Yeah, so I just go. I don't really care about what I would be leaving behind, but I was so excited with the journey. That's it.
Nice.
Does that make sense?
So is your husband blonde and blue-eyed?
No.
No.
Wow! Don't check my Facebook.
That's okay. That's what hair dye is for. You can put that in his Christmas stocking this year.
Thank you for the question. That yeah.
No worries. Thanks for the story. It was great.
Okay, I definitely is gonna connect to Julia.
You did the same. You were successful.
Not quite blue eye, but yeah, white and blonde. Okay, I can relate to your story, but I won't go to that deeper personal level. And I believe everybody laughing because it's not a traditional thing that we do. Come from an Asian country, and I was like, oh my god, she's telling the story, and I totally agree that it's something that we not accustomed to as an Asian. I have to put an Asian culture when we speak highly about what we desire deep down, I believe, because we don't want to say that thing because there's too many judgmental sort of comments and feelings and thoughts, and again, when I come here, I have the same sort of answer like you. It's like, I don't know where Canada is. It just come and see lots of snow. It's the winter, it's magical. I'm pretty sure, the state have lots of different states and different places that people can go and different nature. But I have a Canadian friend, and she recently traveled to Europe, and she came back and she told me, she said, I take Canada for granted, but we have so much cool things to do, cool places to go, and the and somebody like you, Julia, adventures parts, places, so many places. And she told me, she said, I miss the day where I can sit down along the lake, enjoy the beach, and seeing people in summer. There's nothing like that in Europe, where she lived, apparently. And she said, I miss Canada. For 4 or 5 years travel in Europe, and she still want to come back and settle down here because she's from Canada. But the story that I'm telling to just to tell that how much I can relate to your thoughts and your feelings, and until you tell your story and you realize that you're not alone. Everybody also think the same way. They just don't have the nerve to say it, right?
Interesting.
No problem. And Whitney, do you have a questions or a comment?
Yeah. Hi again, Julia. So I do have one more question, and actually it's an ask rather than a question. So I know from Facebook that Brian and you are very close together. Like I read a lot of your Facebook posts. So I was totally surprised when Brian asked you, what is your next plan? What is your passion? What you want to do next? And link to what Flora keep saying, like what next. So honestly, it is actually an ask from me. So I have a feeling that you inspire a lot of people, like to explore the nature, attend a lot of outdoor activities. So and you have been doing that for a while, and you inspire many people. But for me, it's like an ask for you to be an advocate. I mean, rather than just telling people to do, just invite people like randomly or unofficially. I would love to say that you might it at a higher level to actually lead it, like the way Flora is leading SpeakUp Club, like make it a more formal thing. to inspire more people rather than like doing that as a hobby. What I mean, yeah, like an advocate, like to inspire women and to involve their family into activities, like you inspire this one family, for example. Not sure if I make it clear, but I mean, I just want to get at a higher level.
Yeah, I totally get it, and it's great. Thank you so much. Yeah, I never thought of that because maybe I been too busy just doing all the stuff, and I never thought like how I can contribute to to the bigger group to make something more effective. I would definitely think about that, and if someone have some idea to suggest me or propose the collaboration or anything, I would happy to join. And yeah, that's truly a great idea. Thank you.
When I raised my hands up because I said I have an idea. It's just
please.
I think we can make a collaborative sort of effort together where where when we do social speak up club, we can join together and you can talk about different places, different destination, and your experience exploring places in Canada in person. So then people would have that idea, okay, this speak up club, we have presentation, and then next we have a social event, we can collaborate together to say, okay, here's the 5 destinations that Julia have been, and here's the 5 people that tag along with Julia or challenge in some Facebook post. And we can do that, but we can take it offline, because when Whitney was saying that, I said, okay, bringing more ideas for the Speak Up Club, bringing more people to join, and then create something that beneficial to the community, not only building the what we do today is Speak Up Club, the confidence, a presentation skill, public speaking skill, but also I think that's the part that's missing from me as well, that the because I think that's the reason why I joined Workaholic, because I work too much and there's no point where my weekend is about catching up with family, laundry, what else, clean up the house, and by the time I want to do something, it's ready for bedtime. So as much I enjoy going out, we go into places, but I never actually go deeply to places like you do, hiking and actually enjoy nature and do all kind of stuff. And so that is my one of my bucket list. So that is my what's next.
Yeah, that's so if I did not get it wrong, you mean that we can collaborate, right? The 2 groups, then maybe we can get together somewhere, did some hike or some yoga or something, and then as we already been together, we will practice, right? This social club or presentation. Yeah, that would be great. We definitely can do that, and everyone needs to practice the speaking skills or the presentation skill that especially when we speak the foreign language, right? And if they were too shy or how to say, too shy to speak up, but at least after a few sections, they would get inspired and build up the confidence, right? And then people start to join, and we both make each other bigger and more influential. That's
totally. And I think that's what that's what's one of my main goal when we started to speak up as well. It's not only building the skill that people need for the life that they have here, but also the social connections that they don't have in the foreign country like this. The community where we not only speak English, but we also speak the same language. We eat some sort of the same food chains where I love fish sauce, but we don't cook fish sauce a lot in our house because how they stink.
Yeah.
But I think it's a part of us that we always want to be a part of the community with the people that we grew up and we share the same feelings and thoughts, and also the support that people need, not only in Canada, maybe 6 months, a year, 4 years, and even 10 years, right? I think I've been here the longest amongst all of the folks on the call. I have the feeling and experience from the past, and I also have the feeling experience from the present, where the younger generation need a different kind of support, and I see those gaps, and I would love to be and with you guys as well, to connect that gaps between different generation, and be able to support the new generation to be better and to do more, right?
Yeah. We have bigger plan and bigger purpose to work on. That's awesome. I would love to.
Absolutely. And of course, families and our priorities always come first, but then at the end of the day, we also want to give back a part of what we can, in the time that allow us to do so as well. I know I'm running out of time. This meeting is amazing, just like everyone else. I do have the last piece that I have been exercising with the group, that commit people to what they committed from last time. If I see you the second time, I have my list. So I'm going from the top to the bottom from my list. So I would start with Whitney. How is your life in Toronto? I saw Julia go skating with Swan, but did you go? I guess you didn't have a chance to go skate.
No, I haven't. I was looking for a skating class, and everything was full. So the next class will be in January. So I'm looking to buy a new pair of skates now. Skating shoes, yeah. And spike to go hiking, right? So
Yeah.
How do spikes work? Like you buy them separately and you attach them into the shoe?
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But you did join some running, right? Some running sections.
Yeah, I did join. I walk. I didn't run.
Tell people.
That's great. Well, at least you get a couple items from last time I see you. So next time will be how this skating shoes and I don't know, spike shoes. I'm not too sure what the term, but see how your shopping goes. And again, how's life in Toronto so far? Where about in Toronto are you?
So I live in Etobicoke now. Yeah, so very new. I'm a new driver too, so I'm scared to drive.
Don't be scared. Just go out there and then drive, and then you will see like everybody just drive the same way like you do. We just too hard on ourselves, but always follow the rules in your drive. Cool.
Ethan, you have something for me, or you just want to raise your hand?
Yeah, I just want to raise my hands because I think we do have.
I cannot hear you.
Oh, can you hear me? Hello?
Yeah,
Hello?
I can hear you now.
Okay, yeah, so I think we do have another member that haven't been talking at all, her iPhone, so I just want to make sure that like she's being heard as well. So, oh, she has to leave now. Okay, that's good then. Bye, so sorry.
I think I remember her, but yeah, sorry. Thank you, Ethan. I totally missed her because it's the telephone. So anyway, we'll move on. So we'll Swan, how is your studying going? Did you read your chapter from the books?
Thank you, Flora. Thank you so much for reminding me. Yes, actually, I get into another one. Like currently, I need, because sometimes I feel I cannot like focus on work. So I just know about the book, say deep work. So I start reading it to see what I can apply for it, because that helped me a lot with other book, like motivational book, like the Atomic Habits. I try to apply some of that. So now currently, like this week, I want to finish the book Deep Work, and then to see if I can apply anything to my study. And also I will plan to take an exam in March too.
In a month?
I'm planning because
Yay!
March. In March, I need like 3 months to prepare. Yeah, because
March.
that's kind of intense class, and I share with you regularly that I feel lost, right? I cannot find a way to organize my time to with the kids and the activity, another winter skating.
And I'm taking too much of your time.
But I think that's good to, to strengthen my inner strength and also balance my life with family.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, can I say quickly something? Yeah, I just want to say that you are an inspiration too, and I don't know how until it would work without you. So I know that you are struggling to manage your time now. Don't leave us. Don't or adjust your how to say time allocation first. But I would say we all need a balanced life, right? And I know that you are doing well. You always been working hard, so don't rush yourself. And keep doing it one by one. And if you need any help, always let us know. You never know, maybe we can give a hand, and we could be helpful at some point. Okay, and don't worry.
Thanks. Thanks, Julia.
Okay. Did we lost Flora?
Flora, we cannot hear you. Flora, you on mute. We cannot hear you.
All right.
Okay, how about now?
It's good now. It's good.
Okay,
We don't.
You don't see me.
Oh.
Thank you so much for the offer, Julia. And I do need help, and that's why I'm so thankful for Ethan, for Swan, for Jihua, and also Whitney. They are my the supporter that I have, and not to mention my mom, and then also Adam as well. And I do need help. I have the problem, the tendency to keep, when I tend to do something, I try to keep my promises, and that's why, even though things is crazy for me, I love the groups every Sunday. It's like it's like an hour and a half or maybe 2 hours, like an escape from my works and my families and all the craziness, and be able to talk to you guys and hear your story and be able to say, hey, maybe next time we can meet in person, and we can plan something. So I think that is the next step for the SpeakUp Club, where we can do presentation, online meeting, and then in person. And then I think that is the next idea that come along in my head, where I would need your help, Julia and Swan. And I know Whitney is an adventurous person, and she will love that as well. And she just moved here, so company and more friends, and the few of the communities will be great for everybody mentally. Seriously, we never talked about mental health in our Vietnamese community, because we always meet expectation. We always need to do this. We all need to have checkbox for our life, family, house, mortgage, car, whatever that means, career. But then we forget that we always keep up with this a lot of expectation, but we never sit back and said, how do I feel? What do I want to do today to enjoy myself? And how much does it take for me to go take a trip, or go hike somewhere, or go do swimming classes, or go skating, not worry about all of the priorities and all of the commitment that we have to make with our families, and another thing as well. So I tend to talk a lot, and I do have other folks that I need to make the commitment with, especially Rusi. I haven't talked to you for 2 meetings. I know that you have the 49-day challenge with TikTok, and I'm pretty sure, like, how does that go? Did you break your commitment with the 49 days, if I'm not mistaken?
So it's actually 75 days. Not for, I wish it was 49 days. It's actually 75 days. And 2 more weeks to finish my challenge. So which is amazing. I will never do that again. I will never do that again for sure.
Did you drink last night? I'm just kidding.
No.
What is the challenge? What do you have to do?
So the challenge is called 75 Hard Challenge. It's have to build your mental health. It's have to make you keep promise to yourself. And the rules, there's a lot of rules, but it's gonna be no alcohol in 75 days, reading 10 pages in 75 days, do 2 exercise to work out per day, drink 1 gallon. So this is my bottle of water. So I have to finish this bottle within a day, and I'm like not started yet. I have my coffee, but at the end of the day, I have to finish that big bottle of water. Also, need to read book, exercise, so it's all about mental health, and which is Flora said, mentioned, we need it. And last chat, we talk about, like you asked, because I missed the last event, and last time we talked about my current book, and I told you, so next time when we meet, I'm going to let you know what's my next book. And my current book I'm reading right now is called 177, this is Mental Toughness Secret of the World Class. So it's help to, to change your mental health. It's the book will help you to think more positive, like life can be tough and life can be challenged sometimes, but it's all happened for a reason. You just need to show you how you bounce back to your life. It's okay to have some challenge in your life, but you need to bounce back sometime. You can't just live with that challenge forever. Yeah, so that's my current book. I'm almost finished it, and I will let you know what book I want to read next time.
Wow, sounds like a lot of things to work on. Incredible.
And last but not least, sorry, Tihua and then Brian. Sorry, Brian, this is new, but I'll leave you to the last, and then we can wrap up. And then we can discuss more offline all the topics that's outstanding in the group chat, or we can schedule another meeting. But I would want to leave Tihua to give her commitment for until the next meeting, and then Brian as well.
I think my commitment for the next week all the way around my working and learning. Now I pursued a task course on Saturday, and next week I have a big assignment. Next the following week I have a final exam. So all my commitment is get a high result for that assignment and the exam. It takes all my time except the working time.
Are you still studying something?
I just graduated from Mohawk College, and I get the first new job, office job in September. But I also have a HR course about the task course on Saturday all day from the 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. and every Saturday until at the end of the December. Now I prepare to the final exam for that course.
Oh, I see. All the best.
Thank you. It's a little headache because I'm old enough to work and learning to get there.
Yeah.
Sometimes I have to use a supplement, ginkgo or something for my brain to avoid the headache.
Oh, or you can do yoga and meditation with us.
Yeah, I like yoga, but I just do it myself, follow Do you know the suối nguồn tươi trẻ? So for the fire, for the fire. So if I can join with you, it's perfect. It's very great.
Is maybe someone or maybe you can make a commitment to say join the yoga section for 2 weeks. It's really short, and we always have a lot of fun with each other. The only challenging is that we start early in the morning from 6 a.m. So that's the most challenging part, I guess. But once you get used to it, if you can commit for 2 weeks, then you get up without alarm for sure.
I think I'm also planning to do the yoga next week at 6 a.m. too, because I feel recently my body is not very good. I always feel pain everywhere. So I think I have to come back with yoga. So it's the same with my plan.
You definitely can show the progress in the next 2 weeks, especially with the brain yoga
and back pain. Yeah, I always have a back pain. Yes, that's why I have to come back with yoga. But yeah, I will try. Thank you for your suggestion. Yeah,
you're very welcome.
Thank you, Tiha. And then Brian, and then Ethan, because I just remember, sorry, I'm getting old, but Ethan hasn't had a chance to actually put a 2 weeks commitment or 3 week commitment to us. So let's start with Brian, and then we'll go to Ethan.
Okay, I'm so sorry everyone about the noise in the background because I'm in a coffee shop, actually at a hotel nearby my place. Yeah, because I love this background though. You can see snowing right behind my back. Yeah, and on Queen Street. So my commitment. Oh, first of all, I want to say thank you to Flora and on the group to give me this amazing opportunity to join our club today. And my commitment for next week will be don't miss out more than 3 yoga sessions in the morning, because I was the one starting it with a morning yoga session with. And then I met Julia in the college, and she said, oh, she have yoga in the morning too. And we said, oh, why don't we just join a yoga session every morning? And day after day, we have more members. And I, from a very hardworking beast, become a very lazy beast. And the lazier I am, the more excuses keep coming. So, because we have so many priorities, to be honest, I'm working on so many things right now, and I just stay up late at night, so it's like hard to get up early in the morning around 5:50 or 6 a.m. in the morning. That's my commitment will be don't miss out more than 3 sessions in next week. And okay, let me finish my speech first. And don't drink more than 2 glasses of wine every night. So that's it.
No, take care of the yoga part. Make commitment on your study.
Oh, okay.
Commitment on your study.
Okay. Oh, that's another that's another story. Yeah, I'm right now in a course for real estate, and yeah, just gonna do a side business along with my job. I'm at course 3, and there's a 5 pre-registration courses. So I'm course 3 right now, and the first 2 exams was very good and smooth, but later on I have something keep coming, so I just getting lazier. Yeah, but I try to commit to finish my current course this month. Yeah, I'm doing great for 60% loaded now. So I try to commit to finish course 3, so another 2 modules. So yeah, try to finish it this month. Okay.
Okay, so then next time when I see you, we have 2 commitments to follow up.
Okay. Yeah.
The yoga schedule, and then your progress on your real estate
Of course, yeah.
Course.
Okay, of course, yeah. All right, another story.
Awesome. And I think this is even that's what I was talking about in the beginning. I think to make it more more value for the members, I would like to talk about the commitments, because of course, like Brian said, we have different priority. We have the time where we just feel like we don't want to do anything, and then it's hard to motivate yourself enough. Let the community to hold you accountable for, okay, you said this is the last 2 weeks, where are you with that? It's not that I'm picking on you or the community picking on you. It's us try to work with you and be with you and walk along with you in your journey and make you accountable for what you promised yourself. And I don't benefit if you become a result. Maybe, I don't know, you can buy a better house for a lot of people in the community. But at the end of the day, it's a commitment that you make to yourself, and then it's have somebody else to support you along the way as well. And that's what we all want to build for the community. And Ethan, you're nodding. So what is the next 2-week plan?
Yeah, before I start, before I start that, I just want to say that is a very genius idea to make, have everybody to make the commitment for 2 weeks. It's a way that we can get people into the club and commit into the club as well. And it just reminds me of Toastmaster. We always have that part of celebrate success. So this is also the place our SpeakUp Club. You make the commitment for 2 weeks, and then 2 weeks after you're gonna come back here and you're gonna show us your results, your accomplishment, and we together as a community will celebrate your success together. So let that spirit going. And about my part, I have a lot of commitment to do. First of all, I just returned back to the office, physical office this week, and it was a horrible week for me. I have not worked out for any day during the week, for the entire week. And that is something that I rarely do, because I do run every day. I work out at least 3 times a week, and I haven't done any, no running, no workout at all. So I felt terrible this week. So that is something that I will have to make the commitment back to it. And now that there's snow and it's cold outside, kind of more excuses for me to not going out and running. But I promise, I make the commitment in front of our community, our SpeakUp Club, that I will get back to running, even though it's cold outside, at least 3 times a week in the next 2 weeks. And I will get back to my, workout for sure. And I also joined a skating class. I already took 2. So hopefully by the time that we meet next, I will know the basic skating skill and 2-step and and then sit stand kind of thing like that. So that is my commitment.
Thank you, Ethan. Great. So now we have everybody commitments, and I have to wrap up. As much as I enjoy the meeting so much, and you can hear my kids running in the background because we have some guests over. The beauty of being the host, nobody asked me for my commitment. But I would force myself to do that. And Ethan, I'm on the same page with you. I haven't been working out or doing any exercise. So that my commitment to you guys as well, that I will back to my working schedule, plus exercising, plus ensure that all of I would have plans for myself. I do have plan. I derailed for the last 3 months because I feel and I didn't get back. So nobody's alone in being lazy. I'm the same way. So that's why we need each other to say, okay, did you run, Ethan? Did you actually keep up with your yoga class, Brian? And did you read the book, like you said? And everybody else, I will list all of it. I have the tendency to take notes and remember things. So I will assure you that I will check on you again next time I see you, either in online, offline, or in person. The next thing I want to talk about is the offline, but we run out of time. So maybe we'll talk about that in the groups, or I can spare some time. We can all spare some time next week to talk about the offline. I'm excited about to meet all of you in person, and let's plan for it.
Oh, plan for skating. Let me our
Skating,
skating.
eating,
Yeah.
get together,
Get
drink,
together.
anything.
Oh, I love
Yeah.
the drink part. Yeah, I love the drinking part. Yeah.
The drinking part? Okay,
Yeah.
I promise you. But anyway, folks, enjoy the snow, the first snow. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday. I'll speak to you next time.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for the presentation.
Thank you.
Yeah, have a
Bye,
great
everybody.
weekend.
Nice to meet
Bye,
you.
everyone. Have a good day.
Bye.
Thank you, Flora. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.